Moves call for intense training. Athletes must perfect their technique. This calls for continuous training methods that can help them improve. Skateboarding happens to be one of the most effective training methods for snowboarders.
One of the biggest skate parks in Seoul.
Yeah.
안녕하세요. He
cool.
was, I think national team member for snowboarding, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah, so why are you skateboarding though?
스노보드하고 스케이트보드하고 이 엣지를 조절하는 컨트롤이나 그리고 이제 그 경기장을 올라가는 이제 그 트랜지션을 타고 올라가는 이런 느낌이나 감각들이 비슷해가지고
Skateboarding and snowboarding have common terms and techniques. This is why some athletes train in both skateboarding and snowboarding. When snow isn't available, snowboarders can skateboard to practice balancing and performing tricks while moving at speed.
When I was a speed skater, we would use wheels as well, inline skating in the summertime to practice. Those were so similar that some of the best inline skaters in the world became some of the best speed skaters in the world. Is this the same for skateboarding and snowboarding? Can you make that transition?
그러니까 스케이트보드 잘 타는 친구들이 쉽게 적응하고 스노보드를 탈 수 있어서
Smart.
예, 많이들 권유해가지고 같이 겸하는 친구들도 있어요. 이게 스노보드는 다리가 이제 붙어 있으니까 컨트롤이 더 눈에서 수월한데 스케이트보드는 다리가 이제 떨어져 있으니까 그 스노보드보다 좀 원활하지가 않아요. 그래서 더 난이도가 높은 거죠. 더 힘들어요.
World-class snowboarders are often skateboarders as well, and it is not uncommon for skateboarders to switch sports to become snowboard.
These ideas might come in the form of new forms of training in the summertime when they're on bikes or in the weight room. This might come in the form of new equipment. This might come in the form of new mental strategies to improve their psychological readiness before a big competition.
The snowboarding capital of the world is still found in the USA. This is Copper Mountain in Colorado. Snowboarders gather from around the world to train here. Bjorn meets with members of the South Korean national team training on these slopes.
I'm here at Copper Mountain in Colorado. Beautiful place. I heard it's one of the best training facilities to prepare half-pipe snowboarders and freestyle snowboarders. I'm going to be following some of the best half-pipe snowboarders in Korea, some of the best athletes when it comes to aerial movements in the air. Let's go see what happens.
Snowboarders from around the world are gathered here for the upcoming competition, the Halfpipe World Cup. South Korean athletes use this opportunity to train for the last winter event before the games take place in their country.
I'm here with Chris Clark, a technical coach for the Korean half-pipe snowboarding team. How are things going?
You just need to really work on that foundation, making sure that you can make a clean turn. If you can't make a turn, you're not going to be able to hold an edge going up an icy pipe wall.
Yeah, of course.
And then you've got to feel comfortable coming back in with a lot of speed. So just mileage, just making runs back and forth, and then being able to do it. We're in a freestyle sport, so you have to be able to do everything regular and switch.
One of the most important snowboarding skills is the turn. To perfect this skill, controlling resistance and turning force appropriately is the key.
You're basically doing it off of all of it. You're going off of what you see, what the snow does afterwards, if it's getting kicked up or if no snow gets kicked up whatsoever and they're still able to cut through it. Are the bindings tweaking? Are the boots flexing too much?
The aerial acrobatics in halfpipe require different techniques. Athletes must exert big force to take launch into the air at exactly the right moment. Great speed allows for great height. They must also stay in the air longer to be able to have more spins. The angles of the board and body, timing, and other minute factors go into their perfection of technique. In the halfpipe, snowboarders traverse a slope shaped like a half-cut cylindrical pipe where they perform 5 to 8 aerial maneuvers. Spins and flips are decisive factors in judging the athletes.
파이프에서 가장 중요한 부분은요. 일단 많이 높이 뜨고요. 그 다음에 스핀을 많이 하고 지금 여기서 이제 잘 준비하고 있는 거는 일단 5번 런을 떠서 한쪽에서 볼틴포리 하고 그 다음에 900도 그 다음에 테네리, 케네리 이 높이가 일정하게 높이가 똑같은 높이를 떠야지만 랜딩을 잘 타야지만 점수가 나오는 종목이에요.
Swift analysis of technique is necessary for athletes to improve their performance. The instant feedback requires professional video analysis.
공중에 떠 있는 채공 시간, 착지에서 실패를 하면서 이렇게 원인 같은 것을 분석을 해서 직접적으로 선수들이 본인의 눈으로 보고 다음 훈련에 적용을 시켜서 어떤 변화되는 어떤 모습들을 만들어내기 위해서 이런 영상 분석들을 지속적으로 실시를 하고 있는 거죠. 완성도 있게 기술을 만들어내고 스피드를 붙여서 다음 벽으로 기술을 위한 준비를 할 수 있느냐 없느냐가 중요한 포인트가 되기 때문에 이런 다트피시 이용해서 이런 영상 분석들이 선수들한테 좋은 어떤 피드백을 줄 수 있는 기준이 될 것 같습니다.
They are still busy getting the halfpipe ready. There's been a delay due to the lack of snow earlier on.
So behind me here you see where all the action is going to happen for the freestyle snowboarders. This is the famed halfpipe. Now as you can see, this one isn't done yet. And the Korean snowboarders are just itching to get on the slopes. For now, they're still stuck in the indoor infrastructure designed to practice their aerial moves before they get out on the snow.
The halfpipe may not be ready just yet, but the athletes can't be idle. Their ground training is just as important as training on snow. What stands out the most in the halfpipe is the spin. Athletes must get the timing and their senses right in order to spin more than 3 times in the air.
회전력엔 좀 좋다고 생각을 하는데 조금 타이밍이 좀 늦으면 늦을수록 공중에서 돌릴 수 있는 높이가 좀 더 올라가거든요. 저는 높이를 지금 중심적으로 연습하고 있기 때문에 그 타이밍을 지금 연습하고 있습니다.
Athletes focus on body movements and timing to achieve big air.
We're working on 360s and 720s that they're already doing and should feel comfortable. Just tweaking it just a little bit, you know, and start getting them to understand and start thinking about what they're doing instead of just doing.
Okay.
It's more along the lines of, okay, do this, but I want you to feel this.
내가 인지를 잡고 어느 정도 곡선을 그리고 어느 정도 높이를 걸었을 때 내가 어느 정도에 대한 거를 내가 무섭지 않다 하는 걸 계속 높이 연습을 하는 거고 여기서 트램폴린에서 끝까지 감아 올려서 끝까지 랜딩을 내가 어디다 지으면서 피느냐 이런 거를 이미지에 그린 다음에 연습을 하는 거야. 알았지? 집에 가서 항상 이미지를 그린 다음에
First move should be up. No matter what we do, no matter what trick we want to do, we have to go up to do it.
So first getting height.
Exactly. The biggest thing is confidence, believing in themselves. Don't let the TV cameras, don't let the crowds, don't let the fact that there's banners. It's still just a half pipe.
Advanced technology is providing athletes with more scientific training methods.
Julian, nice to meet you.
Bjorn.
Nice to meet you. This is our indoor ski resort, and what you can do on the slope on the mountain, you can do in here. Feel the G-force and the rebound of the actual skiing, and what you feel on the slope can be simulated with these machines. Some people think the machine's moving by itself and somebody's standing on it. But no. Everything is being generated by this guy who's boarding now.
This looks like a workout.
Extremely a workout.
Yeah.
A lot of Korean skiers come in here trying to fix their posture. Their shoulder position as well as their hip position and the leg angles.
Okay.
There is a more scientific way of training too. First, the course and speed are set to match my skills.
And hold the bar.
Okay.
Pretty wide actually.
Okay.
Yeah. And just have the leg go back and forth. That's it. That's it.
Wow, this is beyond my imagination.
This is a workout. Skiing. We're skiing.
How fun is this?
This is crazy.
You feel that centrifugal force? They're getting
tired.
His G's gonna pop out.
Hand go, so Julian let one hand go.
Man, that is crazy. Woo! Man, what a workout, eh?
Awesome.
Yeah, I was surprised how kind of accurate it was when you were making the turns and the feedback that you get from doing the carving.
How did you create such an incredibly accurate sensation of centrifugal force, a sensation of being in the middle of a turn while skiing?
They're very fast sensors. There's various sensors as well as 4 big motors that creates the feelings and the atmosphere of the actual slope. So all the forces that you felt on the machine, they're pretty much generated by you guys moving.
You know, that's really fascinating. It seems to me so interesting that by taking a movement and a machine that reproduce a part of a skiing technique, you can actually improve the whole of the skiing technique.
We can bring in various skills on this machine and fix their posture, forms, and everything. That's it.
Pro skiers and snowboarders train this way too. They are able to test various courses for particular competitions as well.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Get on.
Woo!
I tried to make it much quicker, but
It's beautiful.
it's your first time on the machine.
Well, you got to
so-
make it quicker for next time.
Exactly.
Dude, I could do this all day.
All right.
Breathing, bro. Damn. You're gonna love it, dude.
As we all know, snowboarders come down mountains at really high speeds. Snowboarders who jump, spin, and turn in the air on their boards are always at risk of failures and injuries.
For me, to be honest with you, what I find even more interesting is that you're rocketing down a snow slope and then you launch yourself like 50 feet in the air. That's terrifying. From my perspective, that seems crazy.
You train your mind for that.
How do you train your mind?
Go into myself for like 5-6 minutes before I'm getting into the course or before I'm starting to film, and to calm down and just calm my mind down a little bit. Yeah, music helps a little bit with that as well. You are being once with your mind and body. That's very important, you know.
Yeah, being in the moment.
Exactly. It's never good to have fear, you know.
Yes.
It's always good to have respect.
Yes.
So if you approach something respectfully, you win. If you approach something with fear, you lose.
Overcoming fear is one of the biggest challenges that snowboarders face.
If you're going to ask me what is the most scientific aspect of snowboarding, I'm going to have to say everything. Because no matter where you look in a sport, there's an almost endless amount of detail that you can go into. Because, of course, I study neuroscience. The thing that I'm going to say is the interaction between the brain, the body, and the world around it. But essentially, that's pretty much everything.
The evolution of science and technology to go higher, faster, and beyond limits is now heading in a different direction as well. The human brain. Research findings have shown that stimulation of the brain can help to maximize sports capabilities. In some cases, athletes' muscle responses were 4 times greater due to electrical stimulation.
This product right here basically sends electrical impulses into your motor cortex, which is right here, and it increases the neuroplasticity of your brain, which means you actually learn better, retain more information about movement, and increases performance and endurance. That's amazing.
The primer, made of soft rubber, optimizes the muscles in the body for training by stimulating the cerebral motor cortex with fine electric currents.
These little combs right here basically stick right just above your skull right here and gives